Connect.
Connect.
Okay.
Connecting.
Let's see who's
Connected.
on. Who's
Connecting,
here?
Connecting.
I don't see anybody here yet. Let's see. Anybody? Anybody? Oh, somebody. Excellent.
Yeah, there's always somebody.
You want to show up because it's day 89.
Oh my goodness.
You know? Oh, here we go. There's Jenny. Hi, Jenny. Day 89, Jenny. You ought to miss a day. You know what happened to me once? Well, happened to me twice, however. So I did
the same meditation.
I did it. Oh my gosh! I did a 90-day meditation, and I think in our tradition, when you do a 90-day meditation, you start on day 1 and you end on day 90. But between 1 and 90, if you miss one day, guess what you have to do? You got to go back to
over
1
again.
There's no excuses, and you can make believe it didn't happen, and the only person you're cheating is yourself. So you can just say that you did it, but what is that? You're working so hard on yourself in meditation. Why would you do that? So, you made a mistake. Well, I don't even want to call it a mistake. You just overlooked your meditation and you started day 1. So that happened to me. So I think I was a day, you might be able to correct me, maybe 78, 80 almost.
It was up there.
I was pretty close. And I got sent back to 1. And then I started doing it again, and it wasn't that much into
Go
it. I think it
directly
was,
to jail. Do not pass. Do not
do
stop
not-
and
yeah.
go.
I think the second time, same meditation, I started it again. I think it was probably day 14, 15. It wasn't that much into it. Guess what? Started back at once. So it took me a 90-day meditation. That would have took 3 months. It probably took me a half a year. It took me 6 months to complete because I had to complete the 90 days. And so here we are at 89. If you started with us,
And that was not an easy meditation. Right?
that wasn't an easy meditation at all. That was a hard one. You know what it is? I work in TV and film, so those who don't know that, I work in production. So our schedules are so crazy, and sometimes I wake up at 3 in the morning to go to work, which is fine because I usually wake up for sadhana. It's a great way to wake up for sadhana because I'm waking up for work. The only thing is I don't get to take a sadhana nap after sadhana. I have to go right into work. And sometimes the night before I'd be so tired and I'm like, well, I'll wait till I come home and do that meditation. It was something like that. And I forgot to do it. I fell asleep and I slept through the night, and the next morning I woke up, oh, my meditation. So that's what happened.
But you have to be forgiving of yourself.
Oh, yeah.
With these things.
You know what? You know what? One of my teachers said to me, she did the same thing. It was Krishna Kaur. And Krishna Kaur said that she did a meditation once and she was like on 80 something. Maybe she was on 89. And she said that she was on a trip somewhere and she did the same thing on a bus where, confused with the time schedule and ended up not doing her meditation. And she had to go back to 1. But you know what she said? She said, even though it's like that weird feeling when it happens, like, oh no, I can't believe I did that. You're so upset with yourself. Once you start the meditation over again, you realize that you needed to start over again. There was something more deep the second time around. There's more depth to it. So
that's great unless you're on day 900 of
that's true.
1,000-day
That's true.
meditation.
But you know what they say, and it just slipped my mind, so I don't know what they say. I totally was going to say something and I forgot.
They say lots of things.
Oh Lord, have mercy. Well, anyway, it's day 89. So if you're with us, if you've been with us since day 1 and you're counting your days, tomorrow's day 90, and you don't want to miss tomorrow.
And some of you may be wondering, what the hell are they talking about?
That's true.
Day 89 of what?
That's true, of the meditation.
Well, let's tell them what they're doing.
Okay, so why don't you talk about the meditation?
So for 88 days before this, he's been doing it for the full 88 days. I've missed a few. But we've been chanting 31 minutes to Guru Ram Das. This guy over here. It's a little dark right now. But Guru Ram Das, the 4th Sikh Guru, and the Lord of Miracles, they call him. And they call him that because he was so humble and so graceful and so devout that it was almost as if he could make miracles happen. And we're not talking about magic, but what we're talking about is when you are so connected to who you are at the core, who you truly are, your what we call your Sat Nam, your truth, your true identity, it makes almost anything possible in your life.
And he carried the light of Nanak, which was our first Guru Sikh, and we call that light, it's almost like in the Christic tradition, we call it Christ consciousness, or in the Buddhist tradition, we call it Buddha consciousness. The Gurus also had that consciousness, and we all could have that consciousness. We all can attain it. It might take many lifetimes, like it did for our Gurus. They lived many, many lifetimes to achieve that level, but they achieved that level so we can, what happens is and I don't want to get so deep into this, but we call it the Kali Yuga. It's a very dark time that we're living in. And they say in the Kali Yuga, light masters come to show us the way. So here you go. Jesus has come, Buddha has come, and our Gurus. And they all had that same light. They had that light of consciousness, knowing that God was within them. And that's what they taught us. Jesus taught it, Buddha taught it, and so did the Gurus. That the light is within you. And that's a miracle. When you find that light within you, that's a true miracle. That's all I'm going to say on that.
And just to also kind of build on that slightly, that he mentioned the Kali Yuga as a dark period, but within that dark period you have ups and downs, right?
Right.
It's not all down.
Not at all.
It may feel like that right now.
Not at all.
But that's because we are right in the middle of between two ages. We are right at the dawn of the Aquarian age and the end of the Piscean age. And what happens often in that transition is that you're on a downward thrust, but then you're coming back up. And I feel like we are currently in that sort of that space, like when you're on a roller coaster and you hit the bottom, your stomach drops out, but then you come back up and you're like, woo! That's where we are. We're not quite at the woo yet, but we're almost there.
We're in the we are in the Aquarian age. There's no more cusp. We're in it.
Yeah, but we're not quite in the woo.
But we have the...
We're still feeling the gravity.
We have the Piscean age holding on.
Yeah.
So it's almost like this. Think about it this way. When winter turns into spring, and spring is, you're in spring, but those winter days are still there. It still feels cold. It's kind of like that. We're in the Aquarian age. We just started. We've been in it since 2012. So we just started. So even our teacher, Yogi Bhajan, even taught about this time period, that it was going to be these ups and downs.
Exactly.
And just what we've been seeing between the pandemic, between more social uprising, and all sorts of stuff that's going to happen. But what can get us through is our intuition and our sensory system. And that you'll sharpen those skills through Kundalini Yoga, if you come to our classes, and doing mantra, a lot of meditation. And that'll help.
And this particular mantra is really great to kind of get you into yourself, to relax, to get a sense of ease, to feel the heart center, to feel the love and the compassion that we have for everyone around us.
I know what I was going to say. I just wanted to put, and then we'll get started. I wanted to put it into historical context for those who don't know this. Guru Ram Das lived in a period of time that was very, very close to like the late 1500s, the early 1600s, around that time. I might be off for a couple of hundred years. A couple of 50 years or 100 years. But it was around that time. I think it was the late 1500s, maybe the early 1600s. But think about that historically. This is not talking about something that happened 2,000 years ago.
Right.
This is recorded history, something that we can record. And the Gurus, all 10 of them, wrote themselves. So nobody was saying, oh, I heard this from, he said it that day in this way. No, it's truly written down the way they taught, from Nanak all the way up to Guru Gobind Singh. And it's put into a book we call the Guru Granth Sahib, Sri Guru Granth Sahib. It's a full, complete volumes of this writing. I can't remember how many pages, but I think around 1,400 something pages.
A lot.
But these mantras come from that. They come from that writing.
Not this one, but most of them do.
This one does, Waheguru and Ram Das, but the combination of this comes from our teacher having an astral visit from Guru Ram Das himself, which is a totally other different story. And if we had a lot of time, it's a
We've
super
told it before. Just watch some of the older
It's a
ones.
super. Have we told it? It's
I
a
think so, yes.
super interesting story.
And
what
we'll tell it
happened.
tomorrow.
Oh, maybe we will. That'll
Yeah.
be a good way
So-
to end it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So tomorrow's day 90, so it's a great time for us to talk about the history of this particular mantra.
And solstice.
And solstice. But solstice is on Saturday, so we can talk about the solstice.
Oh, that's
on
right. We can talk
Saturday.
about that on Saturday. See, I'm missing the day,
So we have 2 more days to
That's
talk.
right. Well, day 90 is tomorrow,
Right.
and then
so
solstice
day
the
90, we'll talk about
What day 90
Guru
means.
Ram Das
And what day
talk
90
about that
means.
mantra and what it means.
Yeah.
But we've talked enough. So
Yes,
let's get
let's
to
get-
let's get to the mantra.
The meat and the potatoes.
So the mantra is Guru Guru, Wahe Guru, Guru Ram Das Guru. It's 8 words. Notice 5 of those words are Guru. And what that word means is teacher. One who brings you from darkness to light. You don't have to think of it as a person. That teacher can be, the sky is my teacher, the breath is my teacher, the mantra is my teacher, the sound is my teacher, the Shabad Guru.
But ultimately, the teacher's within you. That's ultimate. The teacher, the guru that you bow into, is that which is inside you. There is not a man or a woman or anything that you bow to. You give your head to the guru when you bow, because that is what's inside you. That is the teacher that takes you from darkness to light.
Now the word guru is pronounced in a very particular way. So we're using the language Gurmukhi, which is the language that Guru Nanak essentially created as a sacred tongue for these mantras and these shabads. The word guru, you need to roll the tongue on the roof of the mouth in order to get the sound right. It's not guru, like fitness guru and he's my guru, and that's not how we want to say it. We want to say guru, guru, guru. When you hit the roof of your mouth with the tongue, you're actually creating.
You're rolling the R a bit.
Your
Guru.
guru, but the tongue is hitting the roof of the mouth, and what happens is it activates the energy channels that are up there, and they transmit these messages into the brain, and you're reprogramming yourself in very positive ways. We won't get into the science behind it, but that's the essence of it. So you want to make sure that you roll that R. Guru. So Guru Guru, then Wahe Guru. Wahe Guru means, oh my God. It's the ecstasy of that the realization, that awakening of that experience from darkness to light.
It's the wow.
It's the wow. It's the being awestruck.
And you'll feel it, because that's the part of when you do meditation, it's that we can talk all we want, but when you have the experience,
Yeah.
hopefully you'll feel the wow.
Yeah, I mean, like 7-11 minutes into the meditation, you're going to be like, ooh,
You'll
that's
feel
the
wow.
Wahe Guru.
That's the Wahe Guru.
And then Guru Ram Das Guru. Ram Das, again, is the Guru, the 4th Sikh Guru, but his name, Ram Das, means servant of God, servant of the divine. And that's the divine that's within you, the divine that's within others, and all around us. So it's not necessarily becoming a servant to like some entity that's out there in the sky.
Hanging out of a cloud.
It's becoming a servant to all that's around you, to all that's within you.
Because the divine's in everybody. The guru's in everybody. The divine is in everybody.
And that's what the humility is of Guru Ram Das. That's the miracle.
No one's over anybody.
All right.
We're all
But before we get to that, we have
That's
to tune
true.
in.
Okay,
So
let's
why
tune
don't you
in.
go ahead and do that?
Let's close our eyes wherever you're seated. If you're sitting on the floor, come in a cross-legged position in easy pose. If you're on a chair or couch, please bring your feet to touch the ground and sit straight through your spine. Wherever you are, if you don't have to wear socks for a medical reason, please be barefoot. Take your socks off. So you're sitting straight up through the spine, tall. Close the eyes. Start to breathe your breath through the nose, inhaling and exhaling. Just start to become aware of your breath. Don't change anything. Just be aware of it. Listen and become conscious of the inhale and of the exhale. And bring your awareness to the root of the nose, right between the eyebrows. And just settle your eyes there. We call the root of the nose the third eye point, the seat of intuition. We want to activate that intuition. The eyes kind of roll a little in and up at it. Gentle. Don't overstrain yourself. Now take the breath a little slower, if you can. Just a little slower, a little deeper. But make it comfortable. And keeping the awareness at the root of the nose, also bring it down to the navel point. And the navel point is about 2 to 3 fingers below your physical navel. And having the awareness at the navel point and at the third eye, through your awareness, draw that line that goes between the third eye and the navel point. And you can see it goes right through the heart center in both directions. Heart balancing the energy. We call the navel point the second brain. Place of stability. So it's very important to have that connection between the navel point and the third eye. And now the next time you inhale, let the navel soften. So push the belly out a little bit. And then gently, as you exhale, pull the navel back towards the spine. Very gentle, like an accordion. So as you inhale, the belly softens and fills with breath. And as you exhale, you release the breath by exhaling all the breath out through the nose and pulling the navel back towards the spine. And now we'll build on a little bit. Inhale, the belly softens. Now bring the breath up into the rib cage. Stretch the rib cage wide, side to side, front and back, and bring the breath right up to the collarbones. And now from the collarbones, exhale down, cinching the waist by bringing the ribs in towards one another, and then pulling the navel back. This is a very mechanical breath, very conscious. Again, inhale deep, belly softens, rib cage widens. Now bring the breath right up to the top of the shoulders. Shoulders are down and back, collarbones are wide. Exhale from the shoulders down, bringing the ribs into the midline of the body and pulling the navel back towards the spine. One more time. Inhale deep, belly softens, ribcage opens. Now bring the breath right up to the top of the head. Just really fill your lungs up. And then right from the top of the head, descend, long, slow, and deep. Right, bringing the ribs in, and then pulling the navel back. Just relax your breath, still inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Next time you inhale, bring your hands together, give them a good rub, bring some heat to the hands. And then on the exhale, still them at the center of the chest, into prayer pose, palm against palm, fingers up towards the ceiling, thumbs, knuckles right into the sternum. And we'll tune into another mantra. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo. To the Creator I bow. Gurudev Namo. To the teacher within, the Guru within, I bow. We'll do it 3 times, each on a long breath. Inhale deep. Exhale complete. Inhaling to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo deep, holding the breath, press the palms, and reach through your spine, up through the crown of your head. Stay in your posture, exhale. Inhale deep once again, holding the breath, reach through your spine, feel the stillness of your heart, and the space of you in all your directions, in front, behind, side to side, top and bottom. And then gently exhale, bringing the hands down onto the knees, eyes are closed, stay still, stay contained, feel yourself. Prepare yourself for a 31-minute meditation. Allow yourself to have the experience, to ride on the sound waves, to be in the nod, the sacred sound current, to reach you and you, your highest consciousness. Inhale. Exhale, and slowly open the eyes and come back into the room. And Rosh Karam will...
Actually, why don't you go ahead and do
Okay.
the mudras? I have to go grab some.
Okay, so the 3 mudras that we do for this meditation. The first one is called Gya Mudra, and that is the thumb and the first finger. The remaining 3 fingers are perfectly straight, razor sharp. The back of the wrists rests onto the knees, and you lift the chest, you lift your heart, and you reach through your spine. The second mudra is prayer pose again, which is again palm against palm, equal pressure, pressing the thumb knuckles into the sternum, and again, reaching through the spine, reaching through the crown of the head. And then the third one is my favorite, is pressing your palm, one of your palms on the middle of your chest, right at the heart center. The other hand is on top of it. You make it active again by pressing into the chest. And then again, you're reminding yourself to stay lifted. Now the thing is, I want everybody to keep their eyes closed for the full 31 minutes because that retains the energy and you have that inner journey. So don't cheat, don't open the eyes if you can help it. Now if you come just to relax tonight, that's perfectly okay. We encourage that. Lie down, relax on the floor, relax on the couch, relax in your bed. As long as you can hear the mantra, you can hear us chanting, let that sound current wash through you. Because relaxation is really healing. But if you're going to actively meditate, please chant with all you got. And you start with that navel point. You take the breath in, you lift the breath up, you vibrate the sounds, they vibrate at the heart center, and you deliver it through the throat chakra, through the mouth. Also, that point between the third eye, that intuition, you project the sounds out around you, and we'll connect together doing this. Have the most beautiful experience tonight. Let's get started. So pick the mudra you want to be in. If you want to choose between the 3, Gyan, prayer, and here, and you want to see what works for you, just choose a mudra and choose all 3 if you want. But I'm going to stay here. Sit up straight through your spine. Close the eyes. Keep them closed. I'll see you on the other side of 31 minutes. Chin and chest out. And from the navel point, inhale deep, hold the breath, bring awareness to your heart center, and sit in your stillness. And from this stillness, exhale and heal yourself. Inhaling again from the navel, holding the breath, awareness at the heart center, and bringing yourself to complete zero in stillness. Stay contained, stay in your posture, and as you exhale, bless all the essential workers, all those who protest, and all those who are going back to work in phase 1, phase 2, and in phase 3. Inhale again, hold, contain, awareness at the heart center and its power to heal. Bring to mind all your loved ones, your family and your friends. And with the exhale, send them healing. One last time, inhaling deep. Hold the breath. Stay perfectly still, perfectly contained, right at the heart center, bringing yourself to zero, emptiness. And from the power there, send your healing through your exhale to the whole world. Inhale. Keeping the eyes closed, exhale and just relax the hands onto the knees. Again, staying perfectly still and perfectly contained. Just sit within yourself at its stillness. This is the power of healing from the heart center. You do not need to do anything. Just allow. Just be present. Inhale, exhale, and slowly, slowly open the eyes. Come back into the room. Wow. I forgot there was that electric guitar in this beautiful recording, and it just so trippy. I love it. And I love this meditation so much. And if you didn't make today's 89 for us, 90 tomorrow, and I just say this, keep going even when we end this on Saturday, and try to make your days. Maybe go for 90, maybe go for 120, maybe go for 1,000. There is somebody that commented in that is going to do 1,000 days. Isn't that amazing? We're going to do 1,000 days. Now, if you continue on, you don't have to do it for the full 31 minutes. You can do it for 11 if that's your sadhana, if that's something you want to keep going. Or you could do it for the 31, or guess what? Every once in a while, why don't you do it for 2.5 hours? It's a really beautiful meditation for 2.5 hours. I believe we do it on the anniversary of Yogi Bhajan's death. I know on his birthday we do long Ekankars, but I think we do Guru Ram Das. Oh no, we do Guru Ram Das. No, do we do Dan Dan and Guru Ram Das? I can't remember. That's what happens when you meditate. Don't ask me anything. It's okay. And that's the good part of meditation. Just stay in the place. Okay, so we got one more thing. Raj Karan is going to take us through it. So we gotta, because I think we're gonna end soon. Yeah, we talked a lot in the beginning. We'll make it quick.
So the other part of what we do each night is we do a prayer, which is one word, a call. We repeat it 5 times on a long deep breath with a short ah and a long call. The word itself means deathless or undying. And it's essentially a reference to the nature of our soul, because our soul is eternal. And though the body may die, the soul continues on. And when we die, sometimes the soul needs some help moving on to whatever's coming next, a little push, exactly. And so we use this mantra as a way to kind of push those souls that have recently passed over the last few weeks, and we have many, to move on to their next stage of existence, and also to continue to remind ourselves of our true nature, and that we have so much to experience even after we die. So there's nothing to fear.
Yay.
All right, so let's
go.
sit up nice and tall, palms together at the heart center, eyes closed. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and exhale through the nose. Inhale. Inhale, suspend the breath, hold the posture, close the long time sunshine song, exhale, and 3 long Satnams. Sat is truth, Nam is my identity, my name, my essence. Truth is my essence. The truth is that we all are one. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way Hail, hail, Guru Ram Das, heal the world. Hail, hail, Guru Ram Das, heal the world. Hail, hail, Guru Ram Das, heal the world. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Satnam. Any last words before we leave?
So that's 89 days down.
89 days down, one more to go. Don't mess it up. Come tomorrow. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, Eastern Daytime. I can't remember. Eastern Time. Just making me think after a 31-minute meditation like that. Anyway, it's always our prayer and our hope. And it's always been our intention to spend this time with you every night through the crisis. And we said we'd be here to the end of the crisis. I don't think it's the end of the crisis, but it's definitely the light at the end of the tunnel. So let's keep our focus on that.
Let's hope.
It is. Even if there's a little bit, they talk about a little bit of something coming back. But I'm going to be very optimistic because our biggest power is prayer and projection. So let's project that. Let's see the light. Because from day one I saw the light. From day one I saw the light.
And here we are, 90
and we're
days
getting
later.
closer. So let's keep that. So my intention always was to spend this little time together so we lessen the anxiety about fear. And then we bring courage to ourselves because it takes courage to always face another day. And we will face that day tomorrow. Okay? Satnam. See you tomorrow. Have a good night's sleep.